Well, welcome to my garden in Stokesley. Stokesley is a pretty North Yorkshire market town. The high street runs through the centre of the town and has many small shops and businesses, butchers, bakers, greengrocers, selling fresh daily produce. The buildings in the high street are Georgian and Victorian. Behind the high street flows the quiet, shaded River Leven, with ducks and moorhens and children paddling in the stream. It's crossed in 2 or 3 places by bridges. The Packhorse Bridge, which is a very pretty little bridge and was shown to have needed repair in 1632, so you can see it's quite old. Stokesley is surrounded by flat green fields and sheltered by the Cleveland Hills, and one of which is Rosebery Topping, close to the North Yorkshire moors. It's a hub for cyclists and walkers. Len and I live in the Stripe, which was built on farmland and is parallel to the high street and 5 minutes away. Behind us is a lane leading to a footpath and miles of fields which are flat, so it's easy to walk through, and it has beautiful views of the hills on our walks. Our house is in a cul-de-sac, and there are small greens with trees and shrubs through the estate. We come to the front of the house, and there are baskets at the front which have geraniums, safina, petunias, and other trailing plants. On either side of the front door, I've got 2 pots with oleander, and they flowered a little last year, but I'm hoping they're going to do better this year. But we seem to be a bit behind you in the south, and so they're not out in blossom yet. Through the gate at the side of the house is a yard with my potting bench and pots with geraniums, and over the fence hangs a lovely red rose. I love the garden gate because it's a sort of washed out rusty colour and it matches the brick walls. On the other side of the garden gate are orange antirrhinums, snapdragons to you and me, and the rambling rose. And in the corner, near the garage, which borders the house, we've got raspberry canes, rosemary, fennel and chive, and roses. The creeper on the garage wall, I'm not quite sure what it is, almost totally hides the bird box, which has been taken over by bees. We've had great fun watching the bees going in and out, but can't see them anymore. As we turn the corner, we can see the conservatory through an archway, which is covered with honeysuckle and roses. The back of the garage forms a little hideaway, and it's here that I have my tomato plants, a beautiful yellow rambling rose and a small white rose. There's a window mirror in front of which is a blue lupin and lilies. In the centre of the hideaway is a small boy statue quietly reading his book, framed with pinks. To the right of the archway is a small cherry tree which is bearing fruit. Along that fence are jewel-like red currants, beloved by the blackbirds, and some more raspberry canes, honeysuckle and roses. We love watching the birds splashing in the bird bath. And in the far corner next to the conservatory, we've got more roses and one of our 2 water butts and a weeping willow in a pot. We're waiting to see how the potatoes in the bag by the door of the conservatory do this year. I love my cocoon chair, it's so comfortable. At the side of the conservatory is a deep purple clematis and lilies, and beneath the kitchen window a trellis with passion flower trailing up the wall. Inside the conservatory I have geraniums, one of Miggy's cacti, Gerald's trailing plants, and in my sitting room, Jen and Jenny's plants. I'm so pleased to have been able to keep these because it reminds me of you all. If we go out of the front door and turn left, we come to the entrance of the footpath for my COVID walk. This is the narrow entrance, but we seldom meet another person halfway, and if we do, one of us politely turns back. As you can see, the fields are flat and the paths are easy to manage. Wild roses and elderflower grow in the hedgerow, and the sound of birdsong is wonderful. And in the evening, we can see barn owls flying across the tops of the trees. My halfway seat is a fallen tree, bleached silvery. From this I can see the Cleveland Hills. Another tree is this strange white tree that looks as though it has snow. It's in a hedgerow. When I first saw it, it had lilac-like tiny pink flowers, which have now turned fluffy white like snow, or lambswool on the branches. Any clues as to what it is? So we turn back towards the house, and we can see roseberry topping in the distance. I hope you enjoy your visit with me. As you can see, I'm very well settled here. Best wishes, Jane.